This is the Outdoor Journey Show, where life takes you outdoors. The Outdoor Journey Show with Matt Gaddis and Ty Morgan, brought to you by Journey Hunts and the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation.
Matt Gaddis and Ty Morgan, welcome back to the Outdoor Journey Show. We have Richard Burden of Glendine Hunting and Fishing from New Zealand on the phone with us. And Richard, you know, I've got a tough scenario. I'm going to be coming over to hunt with you in March with a group of 7 other hunters and then putting together that second group. But here's my situation, Richard. I'm bringing my son Takoa with me. And normally when we go on these trips, I'll shoot something and then I'll spend some money for him to shoot something. But I got to tell you what, with that tar up there that I really want to go hunt as a second animal behind a red stag, Takoa may not be hunting anything. that might happen. We might be a little selfish on this one. He's actually sitting here.
Well, I'm sure we'll find something. I mean, there's an abundance of wild rabbits, and there's a lot of stuff for the young guys to do. And look, he'll have a fun week. We'll get him down to the rifle range and get him to work with our guides, and it'll be an awesome time, and it'd be nice to even shoot a meat animal. And one of the great things we can do is they can take the venison home to the state.
Yeah, and that's a neat thing. And I didn't know that until you came and visited me. I had heard about it, but got the details. This is one of the few places, like when we go to Africa, we can't bring anything back. But when you go to New Zealand, you can actually, on your flight, bring back some of your meat. And so that's a great and exciting aspect. Looking forward to that. Richard, what is there to do for that non-hunting spouse that's going to come along with a spouse and hunt at Glendine in New Zealand with you?
Well, both my wife Sarah and my mother Leslie enjoy people from all over the world, and they are pretty active outdoor people, and they pretty much will fit a program around what the girls like. So often they'll do a walk. We've got beautiful walks. They're keen gardeners, cooks. They love going out to wineries. The wineries around here are fantastic. There's lots of beautiful Pinots. The shopping's quite different. We don't have the big malls, and so there's a lot of unique New Zealand clothing that's made out of possum and merino, and there's sheepskin products, stuff that you typically don't see in the States. So the amazing outdoor company Icebreaker was formed in New Zealand, and it was based on merino wool, and now a lot of hunters are starting to wear this active outdoor clothing made out of wool, which is really good because it breathes. It doesn't hold scent like polypropylene. And so the girls have done everything through bungee jumping to hang gliding. They have to come back with having a bigger buzz sometimes than the hunters, and we make sure that they have as much fun. Some of the girls like just to go with their partners for a bit of trekking around the hills. We've got great trips like the Siberian Experience, which is a fly-in the backcountry in a helicopter. You see hanging glaciers and lakes up high in the mountains, and then they walk down for 2 hours and then jet boat out. And the jet boat trip in New Zealand's pretty awesome. The water's crystal clear, and you're racing through shallow rivers, and it's there's plenty of adventures. And I would recommend New Zealand as a great destination to bring your partner.
Yeah, and one of the things we do at Journey Hunts is we are big on family destination and spouse destinations. And that's another reason that your operation was so appealing to us, because you have all of that available to our families. And I know, too, I've been looking at all the photos of your lodging, and the lodging is beautiful, and several of the places are sitting right on some beautiful lakes.
Well, the good thing about the lodging that we can offer is that there is a holiday house that the family can rent for the week, and they get, that's a very affordable rate, $300 US a night, and that gives them the whole house. And they can either self-cater that, or we can cater for that as an option. And it means the family can operate as a unit, or there's other accommodation options which are great for 3 or 4 guys, or we've got the high-end options as well, where everything's supplied and all the meals are done. And so it's nice to have those different options, because everyone has got a different concept about what the perfect holiday. And we've even have people coming through, travelling around New Zealand on a camper van tour around, and they will pop in and stop for 2 or 3 days and do a bit of hunting, and that works well too.
So lots and lots of opportunities. What kind of unique experiences can our hunters expect while they're hunting with you?
Well, some of the neat things that we can do in New Zealand is that if you're a bow hunter, and I know you're passionate about your bow hunting, but if there's that stag and he's getting away, the guides will always carry a rifle, and so you can actually switch codes and get that stag that you really wanted, but was out of reach with a bow. So that's pretty cool. You're allowed to use a suppressor in New Zealand, which sometimes when you got two hunters and one guide and you've found a couple of animals that you both want, well, it's easier to put in a good stalk. I mean, we love getting everyone down here and showing them, the Kiwi way of doing things. We will often, because we live in the mountains, we have to pack our animals out, and the Kiwi boys pride themselves in their butchery skills, and they love to, process the meat and get you guys to experience our different styles of cooking. We love barbecuing, which is, and the other great thing in New Zealand is how we use helicopters, and that brings in quite a new adventure. This type of hunting, it's called an aerial assisted hunt, but that's a pretty neat experience.
So, Richard, with a lot of outfitters in the New Zealand area, why should listeners choose a hunt with you rather than another outfitter?
Well, the neat thing about where we live is that we've got these 2 World Heritage Parks. We've got some of the most amazing landscapes that you'll see anywhere in New Zealand. We've got a very good species selection. You don't have to... you get picked up in Queenstown Airport, which is an hour away. We, as a family, have been in the hunting and fishing business for 3 generations, and we love to host people. And our property is quite unique, and it's also perfect for a family or spouses in the fact that you haven't been dragged 3 hours up a back road, and your only option is a small game estate. So we're able to provide probably more opportunities and a better week's experience than a lot of the others. And our guides are all trained through the New Zealand Professional Hunting Guides. Most of them have hunted overseas and experienced travel, and so that they relate very well to the people, and they'll do anything to make the week a great week, and they'll try and find the unique thing about a red stag is that every red stag's a wee bit different, so everyone has a different perceived thought on what the perfect stag is, and so the guides will work pretty hard to make sure that they get the right type of stag for their client.
Richard, you also offer some great fishing, and people can fish while they're on their hunting trip if they get done early, but you also offer just fishing trips. Tell us a little bit about that.
So we're surrounded by these beautiful deep lakes. Some of the lakes are around 1,200 feet deep, and they're supplied by high mountain glacial-fed rivers, which are crystal clear. So, I mean, if you're into your fishing, you need to bring some Polaroids and a fly rod or even a spinning rod. We've got, opportunities there to, again, use helicopters to fly into the backcountry where you can spot and stalk big rainbow trout. The rainbows, browns, and quinnet salmon were all introduced. Again, there was very little trout other than a few native fish in New Zealand. And so the thing that makes the fishing fantastic is the crystal clear water and the abundance of, you've got to remember New Zealand's only got 4.5 million people in total. We're only sort of 1% of America. So the chances of, banging into another 5 fishermen during the day is rather remote. And so you can have a neat experience in the backcountry. And the licenses are cheap. They're sort of like $120 for a year license. So it's affordable, and you will see. One of my favourite trips is doing a float trip down the Clutha River, which is the largest volume. It's the largest volume of water in New Zealand, but the water is crystal clear, and you'll just if you don't catch a fish. would have to throw you overboard by the end of the day.
Well, listeners, if you're looking to hunt this spring in New Zealand, we have an incredible special. We still have 6 spots available. For $4,500, we have an all-inclusive other than your flight trip, and you can join us at Journey Hunts and hunt up to a 320-inch red stag for that price. You can upgrade to about a 360-inch red stag for another $1,700, and you can also add on a chamois, a tar, a fallow deer, or one of the other species if you like. This is going to be a great hunt. It's going to start on March 18th, and if you're interested, just message me, Matt at JourneyHunts.com. Again, Matt at JourneyHunts.com.
Richard, it's been a pleasure to have you on board with us today here at the Outdoor Journey Show, and I'm extremely intrigued about coming to New Zealand now.
Excellent. Well, we'd love to have you down here, and good luck for the All Blacks this weekend against the American rugby team. It should be. Look, we loved going to Colorado and had a wonderful time. The colours. The people looked after us really well, and I think Americans and New Zealanders have got a lot in common. They both appreciate the outdoors and enjoy getting out there. So thanks for having me on the show.
Been our pleasure. This is the Outdoor Journey Show, where life takes you outdoors.
This is the Outdoor Journey Show, where life takes you outdoors.